Happy Tuesday, Daily Show. We got a good one for you. I'm running behind, so top of the hour news now. Here's what you need to know. I do want to point out, just in case the boss is listening, I was here. Our taping with the North Alton Godfrey Business Council ran a little bit later. Make sure you download the RiverBender.com app today. You can stay up to date with your daily dose of everything local, plus with our partnership with the Associated Press, daily, statewide, and national news, daily, all at the touch of a button. We'll take you right to Woods River first. More involvement from area fires is just these blazes continue. And now Monday morning at Brea of Woods River, here's what we know. A fire alarm and reports of a possible emergency let Woods River firefighters respond Monday morning to Brea. Crews arrived to find the residents being evacuated from the rear of that building and discovered there was no fire. However, a dry chemical fire extinguisher in the hallway had been knocked off the wall, and it discharged the contents, and it triggered that alarm. Now, staff did successfully evacuate the residents while fire personnel evaluated occupants. 3 employees were treated for the inhalation of chemical agents, and 1 was taken to a hospital for further evaluation. Fire crews ventilated the area, reset alarms, and they cleared the scene. Full details available, RiverBender.com/news. Woods River drivers could face new fines for parking on grass, dirt, or mud under an ordinance approved unanimously by the City Council on March 2nd. Police Chief Brad Wells said the city has been dealing with vehicles parked on unpaved surfaces that have contributed to drainage and erosion issues, rutting, stagnant water, and conditions that can harbor insects and rodents. The rule defines non-improved surfaces such as grass, dirt, and mud, while improved areas must be continuous concrete, blacktop, gravel, paving, stone, or similar material. Violations range from $1 to $500, with each day counted separately. A full detailed report again by Dalton Brown in the news section of our website. A fundraiser is underway for Cambry York, a cheerleader from O'Fallon, Illinois, as she continues recovering from a serious illness and infection that recently required time in the ICU. The GoFundMe, organized by Carrie Schulte, is aimed at helping York's family manage expenses connected to her medical care during an uncertain and stressful time. The page says York's energy and spirit have inspired those around her on and off the cheer mat. Donations go directly towards the family to help with medical bills, daily living costs, and the loss of income from time off of work. You can see a full detailed report and that link to take you directly to the GoFundMe in the news section of our website. A Madison County jury has awarded $241 million to the family of courier Eric Johnson, who died after transporting dry ice in Missouri. The February 27th verdict includes $49.5 million in compensatory damages and $191.5 million in punitive damages. Now, these find that Prairie Farms Dairy and related entities liable. Johnson, 64, became unconscious while driving after coolers containing dry ice were loaded into his subcompact vehicle at PFD Supply in St. Charles on August the 5th, 2016. He was found slumped over the wheel and later died. Attorneys said he received no safety warnings, training, or written protocols. And you can see a full sum of that jury awarding $241 million to that family. Again, in that full detailed report from the state's attorney's office. Finally, in the news this morning, Glen Carbon trustees voted unanimously on February the 25th to establish a star bond district covering about 1,500 acres of mostly vacant farmland. It sets the stage for future entertainment, retail, and tourism projects. Supporters say Star bonds use new sale tax revenue generated by development to fund infrastructure without raising property taxes or shifting risks to residents. The district sits near Interstate 270 and 255 and is close to SIUE. An illustrative economic analysis outlines up to $1.97 billion in mixed-use construction, 3.5 million square feet, and potentially $714 million in annual sales. State review is next, followed by the governor's decision. Let's take a look at weather. 40 degrees in downtown Alton, and man, this weather is kicking my butt if you can't hear it today. I don't know if you're struggling, but Claritin's our friend. Let's take it again. Hey, right now, temperatures at 40. It feels like 40. Humidity at 98%. Today, you got those periods of rain, but a thunderstorm is on the horizon this afternoon. Tonight, it will be cloudy. That rain will continue, and there's still a chance this evening of an additional storm. Right now, air quality is at 61, which is moderate, and the only other air quality note is in the tree pollen levels. They're at 21, which is moderate today. Temperatures reach 55 this afternoon. They'll drop down to 46 overnight as we head into Wednesday. On Wednesday, a high of 62, a low of 52, and on Thursday, a high of 65, a low of 54 degrees. On Friday, a high of 80, a low of 60, and then on Saturday, we're back to rain, a high of 62, a low of 40, and that rain continues all throughout the day. You can stay up to date in real time all the time by downloading the RiverBender.com app today or by calling 618-465-4545. This time, powered by Michael Ryan Exteriors. Just always great to welcome in new partners. And weather now powered by Michael Ryan. We're from exterior inspections to roofing repairs, the team's got you. So if you need maintenance today, you can give them a call and prevent those repairs tomorrow. You can get a free quote by going to RiverBender.com/weather, clicking on that button, and staying up to date with them.
Struggling with depression that just won't go away? At Precision TMS, we offer a non-invasive, drug-free treatment designed to target the areas of the brain linked to mood regulation. Using FDA-cleared transcranial magnetic stimulation, gentle magnetic pulses help reactivate underperforming brain circuits without surgery or sedation. Many patients experience real relief, even after other treatments haven't worked. Our experienced team provides personalized care every step of the way. Contact Precision TMS today to see if TMS therapy is right for you.
Throughout all life stages, you need someone in your corner, guiding you on your health and wellness journey. At OSF Healthcare, that's your primary care provider. Your OSF primary care provider is there for every stage of life. Find a provider today at osfhealthcare.org/primary.
Accidents happen in a heartbeat, but lives change forever. Whether it's a car crash, workplace injury, medical malpractice, or wrongful death, you don't have to face the consequences alone. Keith Short and Associates brings over 33 years of experience and a reputation for fighting fiercely for your rights. For relentless representation that you can trust, call Keith Short and Associates at 618-254-0055 today for a free consultation.
At Alton Elite Jiu-Jitsu, we help students of all ages build confidence, discipline, and real-world strength. Join a supportive community that challenges you to grow both on and off the mat. Experience the art of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu with a 7-day free trial at our new location. Call 618-795-2692 or visit AltonElite.com to start your journey today. Train hard, serve others, live elite at Alton Elite Jiu-Jitsu.
Do you need to declutter your space? Time to call me, the Queen of Junk. Since 1993, we have grown to be the leader in residential, commercial, and property management junk removal. At Sparks Junk Removal, we are eco-friendly. We recycle, donate, or repurpose items back into our community. Trash is our last resort to the landfill. Plus, with our all-inclusive service, our crews handle everything from labor to lifting and landfill fees. Give us a call or visit our website, sparksjunkremoval.net, to reclaim your space today.
9:18, welcome back, Daily Show. And with Tim. How's life treating you today?
Good. A little rainy.
A little rainy and, perfect time to take a look at your windows, I guess.
Yeah.
So, Tim, fill me in. Egress windows, you've been in the industry for 20 plus years at this point in time. When did you really dive into the egress window side of things?
Yeah, I can't say I ever really planned on it. I was doing general remodeling, and it was about 10 years ago. I'd done a handful at that point, and then I got a contract for 18 of them in Edwardsville for apartment buildings.
Wow.
And then my name kind of got out there, and I think I did about 35 that year. And I kind of crossed my mind. I'm like, maybe this is something I want to specialize in.
Well, it's so important, not to cut you off, because there's so many, especially in Alton. Like, I'll be honest with you, there's a lot of houses that need their egresses fixed and really need it to be up to code. And it's one of those where it really can set the tone for how's the basement looking too. If it's done the wrong way, it can lead to a lot of problems.
Yeah, definitely.
I find it fascinating, man. This is a really cool install job because if it's done right.
Yeah, and there's a lot of remodelers can do it, but it's the only thing we do. So
I love it.
But yeah, it's that safety is number one. Because in a fire, you don't have a lot of time, and then you can get trapped down in the basement. So safety is so important there, but it also brings a lot of home value, added value for resale.
Yeah. Well, and we're on your website now. I was just showing the before and after photo of that. That looks pretty darn good, man. I like that.
Yeah, and that's the other plus, the fact that we're probably over 500 installs now over the years.
No kidding.
And so we've got the process down.
Can I ask you what changes from install 1 to install 500? Does your process, did it change along the way because you're learning, or did it just become more time efficient?
Very much. So the first couple I cut with a dry saw, just from both sides, and
good for you.
It was quite a mess, dusty, and now we're using a wet saw completely from the outside. And so we have it down where most of the time we can be in and out in a day.
No kidding.
And with very minimal mess, because we're not dry cutting any of that concrete. So normally the biggest mess is taking out a little bit of drywall, and that a little bit of drywall dust is all you really get.
Now, do you have the jobs where you have to cut right into like a mortar or a cinder block or something like that because of the way the house, like an older house, or any of those weirder ones where you aren't cutting into the material you're used to?
Yeah, we've done anything from brick to cinder block to foundations that
what's the
have
worst?
Brick on the outside. Let's see. I've run into one where it was a 10-inch pour, so 10 inches thick, and then you had brick on the outside of that. And then they also did foam the way they built it. So it was about a 17-inch thick cut total.
No
through
kidding.
everything. So that one, the cut alone took a day.
Well,
so.
and I'm, it's one of those things where, to me, because I'll be honest with you, I have an egress problem. Like, I have a total window issue in my basement because the individual thought it'd be a good idea to take out the window and just hook up the air conditioning system right where the window was. And so, like, one day I'm sitting there and I'm like, what is that? I don't have an inside water feature. What's going on here?
Oh,
all came in. And so when I'm looking at this, I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. I'll be honest with you. So I'm like, this can get pretty costly. Does that come up a little bit with your clients? Is there some hesitation ever because of, where that specific window could be, or where that problem spot is, that they're like, we'll just kind of maintain it because, it's in a scary spot type of thing?
Yeah. And and that's something we really try to look at ahead of time.
Okay.
Because the number one thing for egress windows, the biggest issue you're going to see is if you have your downspouts and then your corrugated pipe or whatever pipe goes out into your yard, and nobody ever pays attention to that. And when that gets grown up with grass and all that water backs up, you just have a ton of water sitting right next to your house, and you're not getting that water away. And it'll want to go to the lowest spot, which is the egress window. And it's not just that, it's also not good for your foundation. So it's something that really gets overlooked, but I try to tell everybody your gutters and downspouts and getting that water away from your house that's what's going to keep your basement dry the most.
Well, and I think it's so interesting, just the different types of different type of egresses you install, because, I think it would blow people away that there's different options out there too,
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, we got 2 different windows that we do standard, but then I've done a lot of custom windows too.
No kidding.
We also hand dig, so we're not bringing in heavy equipment and tearing up your yard. But the biggest benefit of that is if you got a tight place where people can't get heavy equipment in there, or you have to dig around something delicately, that's a big benefit, and we can just keep the whole property more clean.
You don't want my job, but you're speaking right into the choir here. So yeah, this is really everything that has, because as somebody who really needs the job done, this is exactly what I've been kind of worried about is, do I call a buddy of mine with, that just is going to go out there with the case of Natty Light and go have a good time, or, what's that process look like? And to hear, sometimes it's within a day, and you're able to get these things done because that's literally what you do. My family, rigged in sewer service, they all they do is clean drains. That's all they've ever done. And so that's why I always tell people, you always call the people that specialize in it. No different than if I got a knee replacement, I wouldn't go to the lung doctor. Yeah. Or I wouldn't go see my general. I'd go see the knee specialist, just like I'd see you for an egress window. Fantastic stuff. What's your favorite part of interacting with clients? Is it the surprise that they get whenever, because I'm sure it's there when they see this and go, wow, I didn't realize that this was the final product type of thing.
I would say so, and especially because we have it down. Yeah. So it's a lot of people don't believe that we're going to be able to get in and out in a day and keep it as clean and have that finished product. So yeah, I would say that's the biggest surprise for the client. But we also have standard pricing, so I can quote over the phone. So I don't even have to look at a job ahead of time.
So you don't have to give us the nervousness of, I'm going to come out and give you a free estimate and go, okay, let's see how many more phone calls I got to make type of thing.
Yeah. So there's no haggling. You don't have to worry about that. Okay, and that's also, in my opinion, fair for everybody. Everybody's getting the same price no matter what.
I like it. I really do. And, I got to ask you this before we take a break and we come back and chat a little bit more. How did you get so damn good at hand digging? Because that's a lot to do. That's a lot of digging.
I would say there is an art to it, but my guys don't mind it. And then there's other benefits too, where you don't have as much over dig and as much backfill and stuff that you got to do.
Fantastic. You can see some of their past work now, GHRcontracting.com / work. Look at that. You ain't digging 6 inches or a foot there. That's a dig. And, seriously though, I love the fact that it doesn't take away from the house, your product, because there's sometimes when, and especially because the industry so well that you drive by and you're probably like, oh man, who did that bit of work? But whenever it adds to the look of a house in a way where it's not, oh well, here's an egress window, but man, I like the way they did that. Yeah. I think that really goes a long way, especially with some of the neighborhoods around the Metro East that need them, and then HOAs and whatever that you got to comply with. So it's really good. I like what you're doing here a lot. Why don't we do this? You guys saw some of their past work. We're here with Tim. We'll take a quick break. We'll chat it up some more. I got to pay a bill, though. 9:28. A little bit of Change Daily Show on a Tuesday. Comes back to you next.
At Alton Elite Jiu-Jitsu, we help students of all ages build confidence, discipline, and real-world strength. Join a supportive community that challenges you to grow both on and off the mat. Experience the art of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu with a 7-day free trial at our new location. Call 618-795-2692 or visit altonelite.com to start your journey today. Train hard, serve others, live elite at Alton Elite Jiu-Jitsu.
When you need a project done right, on budget and on time, trust Gillahan Concrete. Gillahan handles every kind of project, big and small. Commercial, industrial, residential, from room additions and garages to patios, driveways, and more. Gillahan brings quality and experience to every job. Family owned with over 30 years of service to our community. Call today at 618-781-3914 or visit GillahanConcrete.com.
Timber!
With over 20 years of experience, Wilson's Tree Service has the expertise to handle all of your tree care needs. Licensed and fully insured, their team of experts are dedicated to providing reliable service. Plus, with a 24-hour emergency service line, Wilson's will always be there for you. Don't risk tackling that timber by yourself. Trust the local professionals at Wilson's Tree Service. Visit treeservicealtonil.org to get started today. Back with Tim Grotefendt. I knew I'd get this. Thank you. He took some coaching from Tim, I'm not going to lie. I'm not network ready yet, you know. Back in with GHR Egress Windows. And what better time of the year to talk about this, too? I mean, do you get a lot of calls of people saying, you know, water in the... I know you talked about gutters and downspouts earlier. They're very important to get those cleaned and checked. Do some water problems start with an egress window too, just because it seals bad or things are old, or is it just? Do you ever see that type of thing?
A lot of times the issues I'm seeing, and sometimes a lot of times new construction, it's because people are doing the bare minimum. They want that yard nice and flat, and then it'll settle back to the house, and then if water's sitting around a well, it's gonna find a way in.
It's gravity at its finest. Right
yeah.
there.
So this is the best time to be looking, checking on your egress windows, no matter if it was new construction or somebody had put it in. And your main things to watch, like I said, it's the gutters, downspouts, and make sure water's running away from your house and not pooling anywhere.
Well, and you know, I could only imagine the times you're on a phone call with somebody and they're like, "Man, this house was just built 2 or 4 years or 5 years ago, and it just doesn't make sense." But new construction doesn't always mean built right, you know? And it's really fascinating, man. I like that point. What's your, is there a product when it comes to egress, you know, when a manufacturer that you guys utilize that you're standard with?
So, I've really liked to customize my product over the years.
Yeah, okay. So
from the window to the well to the cover, they might all be different products based on what you pick.
I like it. And why so? Is it just because of what's best for that specific job, or just what's best for that?
I've kind of come up with
function?
packages.
Okay.
I like to use new construction windows. I feel like I can get them a better seal on them, because a lot of egress windows that are made for egress are meant to be poured into new construction and poured into the foundation. So to kind of retrofit those isn't always the best. So I like to use new construction windows.
I really like it. And, you know, I think it's great because you go through every step of it. It's not just putting on, you know, the one-day bathroom remodel where they just put it over the old one and they don't really get the job done right and clean it all up. I like it because I can tell from all your work that, I mean, there's no shortcut. And take me through your team. You know, do you have some your employees that work for you, and how big's that the group?
Yeah, I got 5 guys.
Awesome, man.
My one guy that cuts, I'm on reserve still because I did cuts for years and years.
Yeah.
And starting it out, it was me and one guy, and we'd load everything into the truck and go and knock it out. Right. But now I got a crew of 5 guys, and I'm here trying to do more of the marketing. And they would be installing one today, but the rain, we're going to try to do those Thursday, Friday instead. But
we're here.
Yeah.
We're here to rainy season.
But yeah, I got a great group of guys.
I love it.
I started with most of them, got them in college, and they graduated college and they decided to stay with me.
No kidding. Well, and you know, take me through what that's like to be able to really be a part of your company in every step of the way, because you actually, you know, it's interesting whenever you're truly building something to go from, you know, it being on every install or going on half the installs and taking half or whatever, divvy up with the workload, to hiring people, getting a team together, and now focusing on really the admin side of things. Did you ever foresee this for GHR? Or did you think it would be kind of, you know, you and a team of maybe you and a couple of people until you were ready to retire? Because this is great. I mean, it's really cool to hear that evolution.
Yeah, the goal was to eventually get off of tools.
Okay.
I wasn't, a
little hard on the
in
body.
my 40s now and don't want to do that forever. And I plan on that same thing with the guys. But yeah, the 5 guys I have. So I have one crew, and they kind of all play their part. And I like just having one crew right now. Eventually we might grow.
Yeah.
I don't know, but they just got everything down, and you get growing pains. So I like to keep it that way right now.
Well, and I think it's great though that you're, it's coming from that approach, instead of just spreading out too thin, to really have just a good core group of guys that you're able to rely on. And it seems like that's nothing short of the case,
Oh yeah.
Fantastic. How can we get on your books, and how long does it take to kind of to get this process started? Because I know you said install, it could be as quick as a day. I'm sure that's always weather dependent and all that. But from start to finish, from giving you that first call to getting you to look at the issue, how long do you give yourself for a timetable?
So the plus with just doing egress windows, I can keep that lead time pretty short, because we're doing 2-3 a week. Sometimes we've done up to 5 a week, but I don't like to push that hard, and then I'm definitely back on the job. But yeah, if you give me a call, I can get you a quote over the phone. We're actually wrapping up this week. We've been building an app to where I'll be able to send you a link. You can click through all the options. It'll change your price based on how you want to pay and all that.
Fantastic.
And you can start to finish do everything on there. But yeah, once you get a hold of us, you can get on the books as quick as that day. And right now we have, I would say, 22, 23 on the books, which puts us into April.
Yeah.
So we still got April spots. We're a little over a month out. And I try to stay no more than 3 months.
Mother's Day's coming up, and so is Father's Day. That's a great Father's Day or Mother's Day gift. That egress window that's been making your significant other very angry for a long time can be taken care of,
Definitely.
What do you see GHR achieving next? If you could, are you going to stay in, is it always going to be egress? Has there ever been a thought of doing anything else? Because to me, it's, hell, if it ain't broke, the train's moving, don't.
Yeah. There's a lot of the companies that do all the basement waterproofing and reinforcing foundations. I don't really want to get into that. And I work with a couple other companies that I know. So I also always have recommendations for that.
Fantastic.
But that's what they've been doing forever, and they're good at it. And we just want to do egress windows. So eventually we've talked about franchising and stuff in other markets, but that's down the road. Right now we're really focusing on the Metro East and St. Louis. We're centered out of Edwardsville, but we'll travel up to an hour, and then we'll go a little farther. We've gone down as far as Marion.
Wow.
Stayed in a hotel and put some in, but a little extra cost on that.
I would assume so.
But yeah, the general rule of thumb is an hour from Edwardsville.
Fantastic. Y'all can learn more by going to GHRcontracting.com. That's GHRcontracting.com, and you can find this and really get a free quote. You can contact them, 618-910-4299. That's 618-910-4299. I just love the before and after. I mean, that is just, it looks great. It really is just such it's not an eyesore, because you always have the eyesores of every home, and this one isn't, and I think it's great. Tim, so if you could sum up, what was the most interesting job that you've done when it comes to this? Because every one of them, I'm sure, have its nuances, but there's that one that you will always remember.
Oh man, that's a tricky one. I don't know. I mean, the biggest thing, it's probably the customers. Okay. So I don't know if I can put just on a specific one. I guess, so another thing I guess we do, which is still egress, is it can be above grade. So sometimes you have a walkout.
Oh yeah.
Off the back of your house, and that cuts down the price for you significantly also. And then on a first floor, if you have a brick house, we'll also put a window in. But I need to be getting the saw out to cut through through brick or concrete or something. So if you're talking about one project, end of last year, I put it was a sliding French or sliding door out the back of a house. So we cut out a huge slab that was 6 foot by 6 foot almost.
Wow.
And so that was memorable. And we had to put in, get an engineer involved to support the concrete and everything.
Wow.
With a beam that we tied in. And yeah, so I would say that was a kind of unique, memorable job.
You know, Tim, it's been great talking to you and getting to know you more. What's the best way? Is it the website or giving you a call?
Giving me a call. It'll go directly to my phone number.
Okay.
And I can get you a quote with a few questions, normally about 5 questions, basement ceiling height, if your basement's finished already or not, just a few questions like that. And I can get you an exact price over the phone.
I love it. There is nothing more nerve-wracking than a free estimate walked on,
Yeah.
There's nothing more nerve-wracking. We don't have to worry about that with you.
And I will also gladly come sit at your kitchen table if you want that.
I like it.
But I see a lot of the younger generation. They love that I'll give them a price over the phone.
Yep. I love it.
Quote it, have them send me 2 pictures, and we can show up the day of.
I just think it's great, man.
Good to go.
You can find out more, and you can book time now. Get on the books for April, GHRContracting.com. That's GHRContracting.com. Tim, great talking with you.
You too.
Take a quick break, 9:40. We'll come back, wrap up the 9 o'clock that was. 10 o'clock hours full of the North Alton Godfrey Business Council, a spotlight on refuges. April's Child Abuse Awareness Month, the work that they do to help area children. We'll talk to Episcopal Parish of Alton, too, in that. You stay there, and I'll be here, RiverBender.com, Roku TV, Apple Podcasts.
Struggling with depression that just won't go away? At Precision TMS, we offer a non-invasive, drug-free treatment designed to target the areas of the brain linked to mood regulation. Using FDA-cleared transcranial magnetic stimulation, gentle magnetic pulses help reactivate underperforming brain circuits without surgery or sedation. Many patients experience real relief, even after other treatments haven't worked. Our experienced team provides personalized care every step of the way. Contact Precision TMS today to see if TMS therapy is right for you.
Throughout all life stages, you need someone in your corner, guiding you on your health and wellness journey. At OSF Healthcare, that's your primary care provider. Your OSF primary care provider is there for every stage of life. Find a provider today at osfhealthcare.org/primary.
Accidents happen in a heartbeat, but lives change forever. Whether it's a car crash, workplace injury, medical malpractice, or wrongful death, you don't have to face the consequences alone. Keith Short and Associates brings over 33 years of experience and a reputation for fighting fiercely for your rights. For relentless representation that you can trust, call Keith Short and Associates at 618-254-0055 today for a free consultation.
At Alton Elite Jiu-Jitsu, we help students of all ages build confidence, discipline, and real-world strength. Join a supportive community that challenges you to grow both on and off the mat. Experience the art of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu with a 7-day free trial at our new location. Call 618-795-2692 or visit AltonElite.com to start your journey today. Train hard, serve others, live elite at Alton Elite Jiu-Jitsu.
Do you need to declutter your space? Time to call me, the Queen of Junk. Since 1993, we have grown to be the leader in residential, commercial, and property management junk removal. At Sparks Junk Removal, we are eco-friendly. We recycle, donate, or repurpose items back into our community. Trash is our last resort to the landfill. Plus, with our all-inclusive service, our crews handle everything from labor to lifting and landfill fees. Give us a call or visit our website, sparksjunkremoval.net, to reclaim your space today.
Okay, I was gonna go into a local story first, but this is just too darn good. Listen to this. Does this count as frequent flyer points? A woman on probation for stowing away on an international flight has been arrested again after sneaking onto a flight from Newark, New Jersey to Milan, Italy, according to law enforcement officials that are familiar with the matter. This is incredible. So her name's Svetlana Dali, convicted in 2024 for flying to Paris without a passport or a ticket, taken into custody Thursday at Milan's Malpensa airport, said the official, who was not authorized to disclose publicly the information about the case. They spoke to Associated Press, though, on conditions of anonymity or just don't talk to the press. What is up with these people with jobs that just feel the need to air out all the business? If you aren't authorized to talk about something, just don't talk about it. I've never seen people. We are in a society of people who literally just decide to do the exact opposite of what they're told, of what their job requirements. And I wasn't even supposed to talk about this. I didn't even know that this guy was not supposed to talk about it. But it's just amazing. How many times do you see this lately, where it's like, an anonymous source that's familiar with it, that's not supposed to talk, just bothers me. FBI spokesperson Emily Lenari said the agency's Newark office was aware of the alleged stowaway, but did not immediately disclose more information to AP. The FBI, working with Port Authority of New York and New Jersey, which operates the Newark Liberty International Airport, and the TSA on this open investigation. United Airlines was the flight in which she decided to go and take a little bit of a nap in the cargo container, said it's investigating this incident and working with appropriate authorities. How does she keep getting on this? Yeah, that's what I find fascinating. Fool me once, shame on you. Do I need to play the George Bush thing for United Airlines and the airport people? If you fool me twice, you can't get fooled again. They did. So, Dolly's federal defender, who was handling her appeal of the prior charges, did decline to comment, and we'll keep you updated. This is amazing. Not once, but twice on international flights does this individual find a way to literally hide in a plane. It begs the question, how many people do this and don't get caught? There's got to be one or two. And, I hate to say it, but the next flight I'm on, if it's an international flight, I'm going to be kind of curious. That's scary. Seriously, second time within 2 years. Just incredible. We'll keep you updated on that case. How do you get on twice? Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me, you can't get fooled again. So anyway, a network outage that caused several government offices to lose phone and internet services in an Ohio county has figured out the culprit. Damn squirrels. Medina County officials said the February 20th outage knocked out phone and internet services at government facilities, including the county prosecutor's office, was initially thought to be caused by contractors that accidentally sliced through underground fiber. However, County Administrator Matt Springer revealed last week commissioners in meeting that the true cause has now been found to be a squirrel that built a nest inside the fiber infrastructure and chewed through multiple lines. It's hard to make this stuff up, Springer said at the meeting. Wow. So anyway, squirrels, we've talked about this with Ameren. They're known menaces to utility companies, thankfully, and have been blamed for numerous power outages across the United States for years. Could you imagine that, though? That's... You're getting ready to fine or penalize the contracting company you're probably excited to, and boom, squirrels. Hey, back here locally, it's 9:50, and Sydney Sinks had this story for you. I love this. 500 plus were expected at Chili Chowdown for Alton Godfrey Rotary. It was their 40th event. Happened yesterday, March the 2nd. And it's always a great time because Chili Chowdown typically feeds around 500 people. And it has two separate sessions, the lunch session and the dinner session. And really, the Chili Down was originated by the late Don Johnson, who's a proprietor of DJ's Bar and Grill. This is what Dan King had to say, the president of the chapter. He came up with a secret recipe that they still use today. The event encourages community members to enjoy a meal together while supporting projects like the annual Christmas tree lighting and scholarships. Most of the money from the Chow Down will go towards the Student of the Year scholarship that the Rotary Club offers to a lucky Alton High School or Marquette Catholic High School student every year. The club also sponsors a scholarship through Lewis and Clark Community College. Now, beyond this, the Rotary Club helps with Wreaths Across America, bell ringing for the Salvation Army, and holds annual veterans concerts. In November, it also interacts and assists with the Interact Club at Alton High School and Marquette Catholic, among other projects. Proceeds from the Chow Down, they allow them to continue this work, and it's really just a fantastic time. If you didn't go this year, we really encourage you to next year. A full recap of that event available at RiverBender.com. Now, King did note that they have sponsorships available for next year's event, and they're always looking for new members to join them in their efforts to help this community. The Rotary Club works hard to support community members and help improve the Alton Godfrey region. For more information, you can see the links at RiverBender.com to the official website or Facebook page for more details today. Let's do this. It's 9:49. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back, wrap up the 9 o'clock hour, go into our news brief, and then our conversation with the North Alton Godfrey Business Council. You stay there, and I'll be here. It's our daily show on a Tuesday. More next.
Struggling with depression that just won't go away? At Precision TMS, we offer a non-invasive, drug-free treatment designed to target the areas of the brain linked to mood regulation. Using FDA-cleared transcranial magnetic stimulation, gentle magnetic pulses help reactivate underperforming brain circuits without surgery or sedation. Many patients experience real relief, even after other treatments haven't worked. Our experienced team provides personalized care every step of the way. Contact Precision TMS today to see if TMS therapy is right for you.
Throughout all life stages, you need someone in your corner, guiding you on your health and wellness journey. At OSF Healthcare, that's your primary care provider. Your OSF primary care provider is there for every stage of life. Find a provider today at osfhealthcare.org/primary.
Accidents happen in a heartbeat, but lives change forever. Whether it's a car crash, workplace injury, medical malpractice, or wrongful death, you don't have to face the consequences alone. Keith Short and Associates brings over 33 years of experience and a reputation for fighting fiercely for your rights. For relentless representation that you can trust, call Keith Short and Associates at 618-254-0055 today for a free consultation.
At Alton Elite Jiu-Jitsu, we help students of all ages build confidence, discipline, and real-world strength. Join a supportive community that challenges you to grow both on and off the mat. Experience the art of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu with a 7-day free trial at our new location. Call 618-795-2692 or visit AltonElite.com to start your journey today. Train hard, serve others, live elite at Alton Elite Jiu-Jitsu.
Do you need to declutter your space? Time to call me, the Queen of Junk. Since 1993, we have grown to be the leader in residential, commercial, and property management junk removal. At Sparks Junk Removal, we are eco-friendly. We recycle, donate, or repurpose items back into our community. Trash is our last resort to the landfill. Plus, with our all-inclusive service, our crews handle everything from labor to lifting and landfill fees. Give us a call or visit our website, sparksjunkremoval.net, to reclaim your space today.
Daily Show, welcome back, 9:55, a little bit of change. Yeah. Third day of March continues. It is wild that we made it through March already. I don't even remember January, to be quite honest with you. It's like a blur. Hey, real quick, wanted to fill you in that Madison County officials recognized an Alton pastor last Wednesday as a living legend for her lifetime of ministry, mentorship, and leadership in the community. County Board member Doc Holliday of Alton and Chairman Chris Lesser presented Pastor Joyce Elliott with the Madison County Living Legend Award during the county's board meeting in February. Elliott made history as the first female licensed ordained minister at Union Baptist Church in Alton, the oldest African-American church in Illinois, where she has served in ministry for more than 2 decades. Holliday, who nominated Elliott for recognition, said her impacts reached far after beyond the walls of the church through the years of outreach, advocacy, and service to families across the region. Here's what Doc Holliday had to say. Pastor Elliott's leadership has touched countless lives throughout Madison County. Her commitment to uplifting others through faith, education, and community involvement reflects the very spirit of what it means to be a living legend. In her remarks, Elliott reflected on her journey in ministry and encouraged those in attendance to remain willing to get involved in their communities, regardless of background or circumstance. She also spoke about her passion for educating young people on American and African American history, including her 7-year radio program that highlighted historical contributions and inspired students across Madison County. In addition to her work in ministry, Elliott remained active in mentoring youth, supporting local initiatives, and working alongside community organizations dedicated to improving quality of life throughout Alton and surrounding communities. Slesser said the annual Living Legend Award recognizes individuals who contribute and create a lasting and meaningful impact across the county and its residents. The County Living Legend Award is presented annually, and you can see a full recap and photo at RiverBender.com /news. Always great to recognize that. You know, it's also great to recognize the great work that's being done by OSF St. Anthony's Health Center. You know, they're a great supporter of the show. They're also a great partner for the community. You know, it's one of those things where if I'm not feeling good, I go right to their prom care office on Godfrey Road, and man, it is everything season. And I don't know if you're still dealing with the flu or the stomach bug that went around that was just awful, or you had RSV. I mean, it seemed like our house just got hit by it all. And I know so many of you that went through the same thing. And, you know, it comes a time when your body just needs a little bit of a rest, and it needs a little bit of some help, and help meaning antibiotics. And that's where you go to OSF Prom Care, and they'll take you right in, and they'll take care of you. You know what I love about that, too, is especially if you have a child. I told you about my experience with our daughter, and, you know, having to just get her checked out. It just didn't seem right. You know, we said, you know, it's time to, we just didn't feel good about the situation. She didn't act too sick. It's just, you know, the up and down thing that, you know, a baby does and a toddler does. And we, you know, took her in, and we were on the tail end, you know, of, or not the tail end, but we had a confirmed case of RSV. So we were able to, you know, take the appropriate steps, keep her healthy, and really get her recovered. And within a day or two, she was feeling so much better. And it was just a great experience, you know, especially as a young parent. We don't know no better. I especially don't know no better. And to have that peace of mind because of how a staff treats you. And I think that that's why OSF St. Anthony's does so well across the board. It's not even just at that prom care office, which their staff is fantastic. Who we got seen by was just incredible. It's also the fact that you have the magnet with distinction, one of 47 hospitals in the world. That's incredible. You have all these other great recognitions from various national organizations about just how above and beyond their care goes for their patients, and also the respect that's shown to staff. That's there too. That's alive and well at OSF, and you can see all the difference at osfstanthonys.org, and you can find out more. If you need a new primary care provider or you just need to find one, I highly encourage you to look within the OSF healthcare network. I mean, they're bringing so much in too from the St. Louis area. You know, remember the old days 10, 12 years ago, you were driving 270. It seemed like every other week if you had a doctor's appointment or you had to go get a follow-up. It's not the case anymore. I mean, they're bringing everything right into our own backyard, and that's something to be excited about. From OSF On Call to the Moeller Cancer Care Center to the new wound care clinic to the psychological services that are provided to the addiction services that are provided, and really all of those new cardiology services too, the new CT machines, all of those things being brought in really just elevates healthcare at home, and that's what OSF Healthcare does best. It's 9:59, a little bit of change. We're not going to take a quick break. We're just going to come back in after a quick look at the bridge for our 10 o'clock hour news brief. That starts in a few seconds. You're watching our daily show on RiverBender.com, Roku TV. Quick look at downtown Alton, and I'll come back and tell you what you need to know. Ten o'clock on the dot. Here's what you need to know as we head into this last hour of the show on the first Tuesday of the month. Man, I'm getting good with my words. I could almost do like old school baseball broadcasting. There was nothing better than, like I would get so annoyed with John Rooney with the Cardinals. Oh man, he would tell me every day what the Cardinals were wearing. I know what their uniform is. Now it all makes sense. It just comes with age, I guess. Hey, here's what we're following around the Riverbend today. Make sure you download that RiverBender.com app. You will never miss out. You can join myself, and you can also join 72,000 plus that sign up for our daily email update around the Riverbend right in your inbox, the top news stories that matter to you the most right then and there, each and every day of the work week and on Saturdays with that Around the Riverbend daily email update. Glen Carbon trustees voted unanimously on February 24th to establish a star bond district covering 1,534 acres of mostly vacant farmland, setting the stage for future entertainment, retail, and tourism projects. Here's what we know. Supporters say star bonds use new sale tax revenue generated by development to fund infrastructure without raising property taxes or shifting risk to residents. The district sits near Interstate 270 and 255 and close to SIUE. An illustrative economic analysis on this project does outline up to $1.97 billion in mixed-use construction, 3.5 million square feet, and potentially $714 million in annual sales revenue. State review is next. It's followed then by the governor's decision. We'll keep you updated every step of the way. RiverBender.com /news. Now, in somewhat local sports news, Riverbend men are finding community through F3 Nation. Read that line a little too quick. It's a free, peer-led workout group focused on fitness, fellowship, and faith. They joined us on the show just a few days ago, the local Alton Godfrey chapter. They meet at 5 a.m. Mondays and Wednesdays at Glazebrook Park, Tuesdays and Thursdays at Haskell Park, and Saturdays at the Alton Amphitheater. Workouts rotate leaders and use 40-pound coupons for strength. Those are cinder blocks, and they end with a Circle of Trust message. Members say the group combats male loneliness, boosts accountability, and welcomes all fitness levels, including men, all ages. More info, you can find it by giving this phone number a call or a text, 618-978-1965. A Madison County jury has awarded $241 million to the family of courier Eric Johnson, who died after transporting dry ice in Missouri. The February 27th verdict includes $49.5 million in compensatory damages and $191.5 million in punitive damages, finding Prairie Farms Dairy Inc. and related entities liable. Johnson, 64, became unconscious while driving after coolers containing dry ice were loaded into his subcompact vehicle at PFD Supply in St. Charles on August the 5th, 2016. He was found slumped over the wheel and later died. Attorneys say he received no safety warnings, training, or written protocols. A full recap of that case available at RiverBender.com/news. In Wood River, an accidental fire extinguisher discharge did prompt a nursing home evacuation. Firefighters responded Monday morning to Brea of Wood River after a fire alarm and reports of a possible emergency. Crews did arrive to find residents being evacuated near the rear of the building and discovered there was no fire. A dry chemical fire extinguisher in a hallway had been knocked off the wall, discharging its contents and triggering the alarm. Staff successfully evacuated residents while fire personnel evacuated occupants. 3 employees were treated for inhalation of the chemical agent and 1 taken to a local hospital for further evaluation. Fire crews ventilated the area, reset alarms, and cleared the scene. More details available in the news story online. A couple of more stories for you. We're going to keep this in Woods River. Drivers could face new fines for parking on grass, dirt, or mud under an ordinance that was approved unanimously by City Council on March 2nd. Police Chief Brad Wells said the city had been dealing with vehicles parked on unpaved surfaces, contributing to drainage and erosion issues, rutting, stagnant water, and conditions that can harbor insects and rodents. The rules define non-improved surfaces as grass, dirt, and mud, while improved areas must be continuous concrete, blacktop, gravel, paving stone, or similar material. Violations do range from $1 to $500, with each day counted separately. A fundraiser is underway for Cambria York, a cheerleader from O'Fallon, as she continues recovering from a serious illness and infection that recently required time in the ICU. It was organized by Carrie Schulte, the GoFundMe aimed at helping York's family manage expenses connected to her medical care during an uncertain and a stressful time. The page says that York's energy and spirit have inspired those around her on and off the cheer mat. Donations go directly to the family to help with medical bills, daily living costs, and loss of income from time off of work. RiverBender.com/news has this article and a direct link to that GoFundMe so you can support that family in their time of need. Finally, in the news today, CM high school teacher Angie Nielsen has been named Illinois' Southern Regional Teacher of the Year and is now a finalist for the Illinois State Board of Education's 2026 Teacher of the Year Award. That's the overall award. Nielsen, a family and consumer sciences educator, teaches culinary arts, textiles and design, career education, and education pathways courses with a dual credit intro into special education class planned next year. She also sponsors Educators Rising to encourage future leaders, co-leads Drama Club, and helps with prom while serving as Union Vice President. She was nominated by former student Tyler Mills, and she will attend statewide events in March with the state winner announced in April. Congratulations from all of us at RiverBender.com on that recognition, and best of luck as the finalist. The final award is announced in April. Let's take a look at weather. It's interesting today. I mean, it is just about as spring could be. 41 degrees, that rain in the area. It feels like 42 out there. Today, periods of rain, and then by the afternoon, we will see a thunderstorm. And tonight, cloudy. There could be occasional rain and a thunderstorm on the horizon as we head into Wednesday morning. That Rain chance still at 94% for us. Today, temperatures are saying they're going to reach 54 degrees. I'll believe it when I see it, and they're going to drop down to 46 overnight as we head into Wednesday. On Wednesday, a high of 60, a low of 55, 60% chance of rain. That rain will be mostly in the afternoon. However, a chance of a thunderstorm Wednesday morning. By Wednesday night, a couple of evening showers, but there will be a heavy thunderstorm chance. That chance now at 90%. Low clouds, and that storm could bring hail and damaging wind gusts, so please be careful of that. Stay tuned to RiverBender.com/weather. On Thursday, a high of 70, a low of 55, and then here comes the humidity on Friday, a high of 80, a low of 57 degrees, and now on Friday, they are calling for scattered storms. It will be breezy and warmer with clouds and breaks of sun. It'll feel 10 degrees cooler because of that. 80 degrees will feel like 70. And as we head into Saturday night, a low of 57 degrees. On Saturday, a high of 62, a low of 40 with a 70% chance of rain. And that rain chance mostly in the morning. However, there could be a linger of a storm or a shower in the afternoon, and that's a look at your next 5 days. Here's what's happening now. 41 degrees in downtown Alton, feels like 42, rain throughout the area. And it's time to protect your home all year round, and you do that by calling Michael Ryan Exteriors. They can help prevent small issues from becoming expensive ones, and that really is the best tip that we can give you right now. Michael Ryan Exteriors is now our new weather sponsor at RiverBender.com. And from daily tips when you go to our RiverBender weather page to powering our weather alerts to your smartphone and to the RiverBender.com app and email, Michael Ryan Exteriors can do it all. From siding to roofing, they're the best around. Give them a call today or just go to RiverBender.com/weather. Click on Get a Free Quote and get it taken care of before spring really hits. You want to get on the books early. You don't want to be reactive to the situation at hand. They'll come out, they'll give you an estimate, and they're going to take care of you every step of the way. But you don't want to be reactive. Be proactive. Preventative maintenance goes a long way. If you see a problem spot in your roof, or you think that there's just something going on in your siding or some part of your house, give them a call and make sure you're being preventative about this instead of reactive. MichaelRyanExteriors.com. That's MichaelRyanExteriors.com. Quick break, 10:10. It's the time. We'll come back. Spotlight on the North Alton Godfrey Business Council next.
We help students of all ages build confidence, discipline, and real-world strength. Join a supportive community that challenges you to grow both on and off the mat. Experience the art of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu with a 7-day free trial at our new location. Call 618-795-2692 or visit AltonElite.com to start your journey today. Train hard, serve others, live elite at Alton Elite Jiu-Jitsu.
When you need a project done right, on budget and on time, trust Gillahan Concrete. Gillahan handles every kind of project, big and small. Commercial, industrial, residential, from room additions and garages to patios, driveways, and more. Gillahan brings quality and experience to every job. Family owned with over 30 years of service to our community. Call today at 618-781-3914 or visit GillahanConcrete.com.
With over 20 years of experience, Wilson's Tree Service has the expertise to handle all of your tree care needs. Licensed and fully insured, their team of experts are dedicated to providing reliable service. Plus, with a 24-hour emergency service line, Wilson's will always be there for you. Don't risk tackling that timber by yourself. Trust the local professionals at Wilson's Tree Service. Visit treeservicealtonil.org to get started today.
Welcome back, Daily Show. It's a Tuesday morning. 10 o'clock hour rolls on through this third day of the third month. Party day. I didn't know that was what it was called until about a year ago. If it's the first day of, it's the month and the day matchup. It's party day.
Okay.
I don't know if that means you go and party. I don't know. It's a tie-in.
Okay.
Not my best, but it is a tie-in. We're here to talk about the North Alton Godfrey Business Council. Their spotlight on their members. Erin Bickle, Refuge, new member
Yes.
of the council. We got Father Garon Daniels from the Episcopal Parish of Alton. How are we doing today?
Good.
Good. Very
Well,
good.
it's always great to talk to the members of the council, and really just great to hear the insights of the community that happen, within those meetings. And Erin, this was your, first foray really into the business council. Take me through, how that came to be in your experience that first time around the horn.
Yeah. So I actually, believe it or not, I didn't even know about the Alton Business Council, and we received a generous donation from the council that came through OSF for hosting, and they picked a nonprofit. So I actually just went to the meeting to thank them. And when I got there, I'm like, wow, there's so many great businesses and organizations and people, leaders in the community that attend this. And I really liked it. And I went back and I'm like, I'm joining.
Fantastic.
So, yeah. So that's how I came in contact with that council.
Did you like Zeke's one-liners throughout the meeting?
Yes, Zeke. He makes the meeting. He's why I joined.
Well, and Father Daniels, at the Episcopal Parish of Alton, it's all about community. That's a big part of what you guys do, and it seems like you really get an opportunity to really connect at those meetings. Take me through just your interpretation of the meetings and how they work for you in the parish.
Yeah, they're great. I was invited initially by Tom Harris, who's a member of our parish, but he's also well known in the community. He's a great guy. And I was just impressed by all the different business leaders across the community coming together for a meal and for good presentations. And I've just had a positive experience. I've learned more about what makes up the community and all the different aspects of it. I mean, there was a presentation, what was it, 1 month about the trash and how's the trash handled. I thought, could this possibly be that interesting? But it was informative, and it helped me know better the community. So it's been a great experience to be on the council and to get to know so many business leaders. And it's the very thing that's helped me, be better connected with people here and know what are the needs of our community.
Fantastic. And, going into that, you guys both have some really big things coming down the pipeline and some big milestones. And if you're at the part of the business council, you can hear all about them once a month. And the next one's March the 11th. That's going to be next Tuesday. And really just a great thing to be our March 10th. Sorry. And that's next Tuesday. And a great thing to be a part of. 190 for the Episcopal Parish. That's a big milestone.
It is. 190.
How's the church feeling about the anniversary year? And then what are some of the ways that you guys are recognizing it?
Yeah, we're all really, really excited. As we keep saying, for 190 years old, we look pretty good. And we're very happy for it. We're all so excited for this anniversary year. And part of the celebration comes in twofold. We have a capital campaign we've launched to help with our buildings, but it goes far beyond our buildings, where we're trying to raise $250,000. As of yesterday morning, we've hit about 75% of the goal.
Wow.
So we're getting a lot of great support. Certainly could use more, and it's more than just brick and mortar stuff. It's making sure that this parish continues for another 190 years to be a beacon of hope in the community that it has been. And then part of the celebration is July 4th weekend. We have events all throughout July 4th weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Just amazing events, from a jazz concert to a historic service that uses a 1789 prayer book to having the bishop present for some really special services as well. So those are like some of our big celebrations is the launch of the campaign, and then our celebrations 4th of July.
You can see the event calendar from the Episcopal Parish of Alton online at episcopalalton.org. You guys have a full calendar, and
Yes.
I love it. I love that you can download it right to your phone and really follow along that way. If you want to donate, you can click on the Donate Now tab, click Donate, and there's a couple of options. There is the capital campaign that you can contribute to. That's right here, and you can help contribute to that, but also a lot of different programs and different services to contribute to as well.
Absolutely.
Really cool. Yeah. Well, and going into more big news, and we'll talk about more of the events coming up here after the flip side of the break, but Erin, hope is in full bloom.
Yes.
And this is going to be April the 30th. And what a really great event. Galen Elmore is going to be there, and really a great way to showcase Refuge, the work you do, and really the impacts that, the work you do can make on a community and on a child.
Yeah. We're super excited for this year, and hope in full bloom. That's exactly our mindset and our belief for all of these children that are referred to us that are coming from really hard places. We want them to know that their future is filled with hope and that this community is behind them 100%. And the way the community gets behind them is by knowing about us.
Yeah.
And so April is Prevent Child Abuse Awareness Month. So we have always hosted our annual event, our dinner, to raise funds for this program in April. And this year we're just super excited because we have a young man from Illinois, originally from Illinois, an Illinois kid who unfortunately was part of the foster care system. And he doesn't stay hung up too much on his experience in our foster care system, though it was not a great experience for him. He really focuses on community and connection, and how connection is really what brings hope and brings change and brings, hope in full bloom.
Right.
And so I just truly believe that his message aligns perfectly with Refuge and with this community. And one of my board members, as we were talking about him, I heard him, he was a keynote speaker for Prevent Child Abuse Illinois one year. And I said, I'd love to get him, but we just don't spend money on speakers for a fundraising dinner.
You know why? Because you have a true mission. And that's what I think is always, and I'm not to put words in your mouth, but that's why I love what you do, because it's not, okay, let's go put on this $100,000 event and take that away from what we could be doing.
No, because at the end of the day, we want to serve more children. We have a wait list. We want to be able to take all of our funds and turn it back around. But I had a board member that said, get him, kid. I'm going to write the check. And I, almost fell over because that was not the intention of my conversation with him. But that just goes to speak to the generosity and the belief that community members and stakeholders surrounding us have in these kids and in the future of our community.
Two thoughts on that. The first one is just to connect our audience more, because you have been on the show before talking about Refuge a couple of years back. Just an overview of the work that you guys do each and every day that ties into this event.
Yeah, so we are in Madison County, and we are serving children here in our community that have experienced complex traumas like domestic violence, physical abuse, sexual abuse, neglect, community crime, community violence, addiction in their home. And these are traumas that are not one and done, but are typically ongoing in their life. And so we really step in whenever these children are identified as having difficulties, whether it's behaviorally, emotionally. Some of our kids are getting kicked out of daycares because of behaviors, or the school system's having a difficult time, or they're just very depressed and anxious. And so we step in and we provide intervention for them, to counseling intervention, to really kind of rename that narrative and let them know that there is hope, and that, most of the time this is generational.
To break the cycle.
And we want to break that cycle. And so we focus on young children. So our mission really focuses on birth to 11. Like 32% of our kids right now are under 5 that come to us. And so we want to focus on intervening early so that later on the outcomes in their life are much better.
Well, and I'm sure too, and I'm no expert in this, but it just would make sense that, if a child that's going through mental or emotional or physical distress of any kind, and I can only imagine, some of the situations that you're helping that child through. but I could only imagine it's impossible to really develop, healthily as a child and learn how to read, the right, and be able to really develop those really important skills. And I didn't know if you had any thoughts on that.
Yeah, I mean, 100%. And that's why our mission is really early intervention. It's not that we don't care about adolescents or adults, but we know that the brain develops the most rapidly during your first 3 years of life and really your first 6 years of life. And so imagine if you've got a child living in domestic violence or living in a home with addiction or in a community riddled with crime, gun violence. Their brain is being developed just like in a really disruptive way. They're hypervigilant. They're constantly dysregulated. And so we want to get in because we know now that the brain has plasticity and that we can change the brain and we can build new pathways of safety and of healing. And so hope is in full bloom. And that's what we're working to do.
If you guys have an opportunity, this is refugeforkids.org is the name of the website. Here's the homepage so you know what it looks like. But this blue little box over here, I have it zoomed in because I can't see too good. It says donate, and it'll take you to opportunities where you can make donations. Today, whether it's a one-time, an in-kind, or a monthly donation, where you can really help so many children. And I think it's eye-opening for anyone that really ever looks at statistics that are provided by the county, especially as we go into April of, the work being done through different, court divisions and also through different organizations to really help these children. And it's the hits close to home because you don't realize it, all the children that need help in our own backyard.
Yeah.
Father, you were talking about community earlier, and I think it ties in with Erin so well in a way, too, because you guys, grow within communities and just hearing about the connections that have been made, really helping that mission, on both fronts. And, Father, as you sit and you meet with individuals in the community and you hear about different organizations, do you find it an interesting position to be in at the church because you're able to not only observe community members that are really passionate about what they're doing, your own parishioners that are passionate about what they're doing, but I'm sure a connecting dots moment for, how the church can support those members, those businesses, and grow the community together. Any thoughts there?
Yeah, absolutely. I think one of the biggest problem we have at times as churches, and sometimes even as organizations, right, is we have good work that we have to do, but sometimes we work in silos, right? Where we work very, very siloed off, just in our own trench, trying to get through whatever we're trying to get through. But I found time and time again, when we reach out to one another, when we talk to one another, there are a lot of connections that can be made and support that can be given, right? I might be only able to do so much with the people I have, with the money I have, but if I partner with someone else, with their people, with their money, we can do a whole lot more. And we've shown that. We've been working side by side with First Presbyterian on some projects. We've worked with Main Street Methodist. We worked with Alton Mission recently, and we're trying to work more with Alton Mission. We're working with Crisis Food and trying to support OWL. And what I'm finding time and time again is we can do a whole lot more and create a bigger impact when we work together. Right, because we're all trying to do similar things. Whether you're someone of faith or you don't have faith at all, or whatever it is, we're all trying to help and care for this community because we love this community. And we're just much better off when we work together.
Absolutely.
Amen.
Before we take a quick break, just wanted to give you the details here of the Hope in Full Bloom Build the Refuge fundraising dinner. This is going to be fantastic. Thursday, April the 30th, the Commons at Lewis and Clark. They do a great job. Who's your caterer? Is it
Bella Milano.
Oh, that's going to be perfect. You got Galen Elmore, that's going to be their former NCAA and NFL athlete. He has a great story, and I've heard a little bit of it before, but to really, I think, get to really hear it and really absorb it will be great for folks. There's different sponsorships that are available, and we'll come back and talk about all those, but we'll take a quick break first. I got to pay a bill. You stay there, and we'll be here in the studio.
At Alton Jiu-Jitsu, we help students of all ages build confidence, discipline, and real-world strength. Join a supportive community that challenges you to grow both on and off the mat. Experience the art of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu with a 7-day free trial at our new location. Call 618-795-2692 or visit AltonElite.com to start your journey today. Train hard, serve others, live elite at Alton Elite Jiu-Jitsu.
When you need a project done right, on budget and on time, trust Gillahan Concrete. Gillahan handles every kind of project, big and small. Commercial, industrial, residential, from room additions and garages to patios, driveways, and more. Gillahan brings quality and experience to every job. Family owned with over 30 years of service to our community. Call today at 618-781-3914 or visit GillahanConcrete.com.
With over 20 years of experience, Wilson's Tree Service has the expertise to handle all of your tree care needs. Licensed and fully insured, their team of experts are dedicated to providing reliable service. Plus, with a 24-hour emergency service line, Wilson's will always be there for you. Don't risk tackling that timber by yourself. Trust the local professionals at Wilson's Tree Service. Visit treeservicealtonil.org to get started today.
Daily Show, welcome back. 10 o'clock hour rolls on through. I am so over this weather. You know, we were just talking. We got a couple of more days of this, actually over a week, but my voice is already getting raspy. I feel like I'm 95 going into the wrap up here. Going back into this, there are a couple of ways that you can support Refuge when it comes to their Hope in Full Bloom Build a Refuge fundraising dinner. And Erin, take me through the sponsorship and incentive opportunities there.
Yeah, so we have great partnership with many businesses and local trades that help sponsor this event. We have many different levels. They start at a Pinwheel Pal that is $750, and they go, as you can see, all the way up. Our Title Legacy Leader sponsorship is sold, but
good job.
But we have Angel Advocates, Family Friend, Safe Haven Hero, and so we just love that this community of businesses and stakeholders really make this event possible. And the sponsorships take care of the entire dinner, and then a lot of the money still just directly goes to serving the kids.
That's fantastic.
Which
is
at the end of the day what people want to do. They want to provide hope and healing for our future.
Oh,
and
if it's okay, I always like to give your sponsors some love too. Phillips 66.
Yeah.
Is this for this year?
That is I believe the 2025.
Oh, 25.
I'm sorry.
Oh, no,
yeah,
it's okay.
Boston's
I just want to make sure.
Yeah, but we do. We have a lot of those same sponsors are repeat.
Fantastic.
The refinery is wonderful to us. They always sponsor our event. Gay and Barry, Julian. We've got a lot of the union trades on board this year. The IBEW, the local pipe fitters and plumbers, the operators union. I'm supposed to be meeting with the Southwest Building Trades Association. And so it's just wonderful. Helm Camp. I mean, many contractors,
fantastic.
Sutterfield Electric, Wagner, Bickle. I mean, the trades, the construction community has just stepped up and been wonderful.
That's fantastic.
This year in particular. So yeah, so we're super excited. OSF, BJC, they're always great partners of ours. And so local churches, we invite to partner with us. And as you said, Father, we're better together. And that's our whole message. We are better together.
100%. Well, and, as we bounce back over to you, Father, you were telling me about some of the events coming up this, some of them, when your event calendar literally needed chapters to go through. And so take me through, where can we come in and stop in and participate and just have a good time with Episcopal Parish of Alton?
Yeah, well, first, I encourage always looking at our calendar on our website, and if not that, we're pretty active on Facebook, Episcopal Parish of Alton. And that's where we list a lot of our events, but upcoming.
I mean, look at that back.
Yeah, I know. My own personal calendar looks much worse. My wife sometimes wants access to it, and I say, no, I don't think you do. It'll stress you out. So we have a lot going on right now. We're in the midst of our Lenten series, which is in partnership with Chestnut Health Systems, where we are becoming a recovery-friendly congregation, learning how we can better be there for people who are unhoused or going through addiction, because we're a downtown church and we see it all the time. So that's happening right now every Wednesday of Lent at 5:30 with a prayer service, a free soup supper, and then a really great presentation. The next one will be tomorrow at 5:30. Upcoming on March 13th, we have a fish fry at 6 o'clock. And then the next day on March 14th, we have a very special concert with partnership with Christ Church Cathedral in downtown St. Louis, Pergelosi's Stabat Mater, which is a concert that focuses on the crucifixion through the eyes of Mary. What did Mother Mary experience and the sorrows of losing her son? And so it's going to be very special. And then, of course, 4th of July weekend, really, I encourage people mark July 3rd through the 5th. You're busy because there's a lot of celebrations happening that weekend. And we'll be posting about all of that on our calendar, on our website, on our Facebook. So certainly stay tuned for everything, all the big celebrations for our 190th for 4th of July weekend.
Absolutely. You can also see service times online at the website as well. That'll take you right there to it. And again, I thought I zoomed out so I could see better, but now I realize I can't see at all, and I need to go call Heinz or something, you know.
I just want to say thank you that you are a recovery church.
Oh yeah, it's so important.
You are a church that is educating yourself and educating your parishioners and serving that population because. Yeah. Man, we need more of that.
Yeah. Well, and I'll say on the calendar, you'll see there are 3 different AA groups that meet throughout the week, and then also an ACA meeting, Adult Children of Alcoholics. Oh, yeah. One of our AA groups has been there for 50 years. So this is a long time thing, but there's certainly more we can learn and be better for our community. And so it's a really great program that Chestnut Health is
It's great
putting
because
on.
that's really what the church is for, to be open
that's
to
exactly
everybody,
right.
and I just love that.
We're there for the sick, not the healthy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. I
That's
think
today's Bible study, actually.
That is good. It's true. That's what we forget that.
I like that a lot.
We forget that, but that's what we're for.
And, you know, before I let you go, Erin, April is Child Abuse Awareness Month, correct?
Yes.
And, you know, this is one that I'll be honest with you, I hate talking about it because it shouldn't happen. And it's great, though, that there's organizations like yours and so many others in this county of ours and throughout the region that do great work on all fronts of child abuse. What do you, take me through the work that you do in partnership with the county and all of those great organizations throughout the month of April to really bring awareness to this?
So on Wednesday, April 1st at 9 a.m., our county, we are having our Prevent Child Abuse Awareness Month kickoff to where stakeholders in the community that are serving children and families, and then local leaders, the county, the Child Advocacy Center, Refuge, Riverbend Family Ministries, we're all coming together with Prevent Child Abuse Illinois to do our county's kickoff, where Sheriff Connor is going to read a proclamation that just states that Madison County is eyes and ears for our children, and that in the month of April in particular, although all 12 months of the year, 365 days a year, we are eyes and ears for children, but we're really going to highlight and have a lot of prevention awareness, education, social media stuff, to just remind the community that we are the eyes and ears. And child abuse, unfortunately, hits every single demographic. It's not just in the projects. It's not just on the other side of the railroad tracks. It's in Edwardsville. It's in the wealthiest neighborhoods, and it's in the poorest neighborhoods.
Well, and too, I mean, and you know this 10 times better than me, but child abuse comes in so many different forms. And you know, I think the ones that we're used to seeing, I think it just make our head spin if we learn just some of the other really awful things. And that's why I think it ties in to have you both on the show, because as we go into April, I'm sure there's so many you know, children out there that do maybe feel lost, and that's you know, if you're watching this out here sometime, or you just kind of stumble upon it, just know that if you need to turn to your faith, there's great organizations that can help you with that, and really give you the most spiritual, you know, guidance you can too. And Erin, just keep up the good work, because it's so tough to talk about, and you know, I love seeing the stats because we know that the work's being done, but it's just an awful stat to still see that it's still out there too. But we need you guys, and thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Father.
Yes,
thank you.
Thank you.
We're out of time. We'll take a quick break, and we're going to come back and wrap up the 10 o'clock hour next.
Struggling with depression that just won't go away? At Precision TMS, we offer a non-invasive, drug-free treatment designed to target the areas of the brain linked to mood regulation. Using FDA-cleared transcranial magnetic stimulation, gentle magnetic pulses help reactivate underperforming brain circuits without surgery or sedation. Many patients experience real relief, even after other treatments haven't worked. Our experienced team provides personalized care every step of the way. Contact Precision TMS today to see if TMS therapy is right for you.
Throughout all life stages, you need someone in your corner, guiding you on your health and wellness journey. At OSF Healthcare, that's your primary care provider. Your OSF primary care provider is there for every stage of life. Find a provider today at osfhealthcare.org/primary.
Accidents happen in a heartbeat, but lives change forever. Whether it's a car crash, workplace injury, medical malpractice, or wrongful death, you don't have to face the consequences alone. Keith Short and Associates brings over 33 years of experience and a reputation for fighting fiercely for your rights. For relentless representation that you can trust, call Keith Short and Associates at 618-254-0055 today for a free consultation.
At Alton Elite Jiu-Jitsu, we help students of all ages build confidence, discipline, and real-world strength. Join a supportive community that challenges you to grow both on and off the mat. Experience the art of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu with a 7-day free trial at our new location. Call 618-795-2692 or visit AltonElite.com to start your journey today. Train hard, serve others, live elite at Alton Elite Jiu-Jitsu.
Do you need to declutter your space? Time to call me, the Queen of Junk. Since 1993, we have grown to be the leader in residential, commercial, and property management junk removal. At Sparks Junk Removal, we are eco-friendly. We recycle, donate, or repurpose items back into our community. Trash is our last resort to the landfill. Plus, with our all-inclusive service, our crews handle everything from labor to lifting and landfill fees. Give us a call or visit our website, sparksjunkremoval.net.
Welcome back. Daily Show. 10:40 on the nose. Great conversation there. Spotlight on the North Alton Godfrey Business Council. You can learn more. nagbc.org. Always great talking it up with them and getting to know the members of the organization. Wanted to fill you in just one more time. Sydney Sinks with a great recap of this, that you guys are all invited to have the chance to support an organization that supports local business. The Troy, Maryville, St. Jacob Marine Chamber of Commerce Glow Bingo on Friday, March the 13th. It won't be unlucky for you when you have a chance to win big. The Chamber will host their annual Glow Bingo fundraiser at the Tri-Township Activity Center in Troy. Proceeds go back into the Chamber to help them coordinate events and networking opportunities and activities for members and the community. Mark Van Zyl, Chamber Ambassador, explained the event's goal is to bring people together. Now, attendees must be age 21 or over. Tickets are going fast, and you can purchase tickets ahead of time for $30 for individual tickets or $200 for a table of 8. Now, individual tickets will cost $40 at the door. Now, Emily Graytalk with the Chamber added that the Glow Bingo event will have several games and drawings. In addition to bingo itself, she noted that each bingo round has a major prize and a prize sponsor. There are still a few spots left for sponsorships, and Graytalk and Van Zyl thanked Troy Care Car Care, Edward Jones Financial Advisor Linda Manley, and Tri-Township Public Library District, along with State Farm agent Mike Holleran for their support as top event sponsors. Van Zyl emphasized that you don't have to be a chamber member to participate in Glow Bingo's fundraiser, nor do you have to hail from Troy, Maryville, St. Jacob, or Marine to be a chamber member. In fact, the chamber loves inviting people from across the region to come together. Van Zyl believes chamber membership is beneficial no matter where you are or your business is located. Greytalk echoed Van Zyl, adding that the chamber is successful because of the community it represents. She's thankful for the chamber members and leadership who participate and who work hard to make the chamber into the success it is. You can find out more about the Glow Bingo event on the official Troy Maryville St. Jacob Marine Chamber of Commerce website or by going to their Facebook page. Also, I wanted to fill you in real quickly if I could. Hold on, even I have to sign in to read. I wanted to fill you in out of statewide news real quick that affected us here at home. Let me do that real quick. Give me 2 seconds and stand by. I thought this article was good to go. Takes a couple of seconds, but we'll be there in just a couple of minutes. State Treasurer Michael Frericks did just over the weekend unveil nearly $200,000 in charitable trust grants. Now, these went to 10 small nonprofits that help people stay in their homes and get job training. In Wood River, RFM is going to receive $20,000 from these grants. The charitable trust program has been a transformative support for our work with families facing housing instability in Madison County, says Rachel Craddock, the executive director of RFM. Through this grant, we are able to provide direct rental and utility assistance that helps families remain housed, maintain stability, and navigate moments of crisis with dignity. By stepping in at critical points, this support strengthens individual outcomes while also stabilizing neighborhoods and entities broader in the community. The partnership empowers our work and creates lasting change for the families we serve. That was the executive director's quote. So an independent panel chose 10 grant recipients. This was from 68 applicants. In Champaign, the Greater Community AIDS Project of East Central Illinois received about $19,000, $19,870 to be exact. In Chicago, the Gap Community Center generated $20,000 in grants. In Chicago, the Jewish Free Loan Chicago Incorporated received $20,000. In Freeport, the Boys and Girls Club of Freeport in Stevenson's County received $18,000. In Kankakee, Fortitude Community Outreach received $20,000. In Lombard, Illinois, Senior Home Sharing received $20,000. In Mount Vernon, United Way of South Central Illinois received $20,000. In Oak Park, Yemba Incorporated received $20,000. In Rockford, Life Decisions received $20,000. And then here at Wood River, RFM receiving $20,000. You can find out more by signing into your free RiverBender.com account to read the full story. This is just a little bit of a preview of the full details. The Charitable Trust Stabilization Fund's current grant application period is open until March 31st and will award grants to nonprofit charitable programs in 2 categories, food and economic and workforce development. For more information, you can go to ilcharitabletrust.com. That's ilcharitabletrust.com, or you can contact the treasurer's office today. Hey, while I have you, wanted to take a quick break, and then we'll come back and chat it up about a few of the stories that I saw that are just fantastic. Wanted to fill you in on Precision Point Armory. You know, if you're somebody out there that needs to renew their concealed carry, or you need to get your concealed carry license, I really recommend Precision Point Armory and Ben Julian. Guy does great work, and what I love is the matter-of-fact approach. It's not, the let me sell you the class. It's just let me teach you my knowledge and the safety of everything I do, and that's really what Ben does better than everybody. I love the fact that at Precision Point, it's all about meeting you you where you're at with your firearm needs. And it could be getting, like I said, that concealed carry, renewing it, or it could be getting your first foray into firearms. It could be, the basic knowledge class that he offers, the maintenance classes, the family firearm instruction classes, also the couple's date night package that's available out there on his range. There's a lot of opportunities to really sharpen up your skills, really develop them, hone them in, and really do it with somebody that has proven experience over 30 years, who works with a gauntlet of individuals and keeps training, stays up to date, up to the current trends, and really up to the best safety protocols. Ben does it right there at Precision Point Armory. You can book your time now at precisionpointarmory.net. That's precisionpointarmory.net. And don't forget to tell them who sent you over their way. We'll recap Tuesday after this.
Jiu-Jitsu, we help students of all ages build confidence, discipline, and real-world strength. Join a supportive community that challenges you to grow both on and off the mat. Experience the art of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu with a 7-day free trial at our new location. Call 618-795-2692 or visit altonelite.com to start your journey today. Train hard, serve others, live elite at Alton Elite Jiu-Jitsu.
When you need a project done right, on budget and on time, trust Gillahan Concrete. Gillahan handles every kind of project, big and small. Commercial, industrial, residential, from room additions and garages to patios, driveways, and more. Gillahan brings quality and experience to every job. Family owned with over 30 years of service to our community. Call today at 618-781-3914 or visit GillahanConcrete.com.
With over 20 years of experience, Wilson's Tree Service has the expertise to handle all of your tree care needs. Licensed and fully insured, their team of experts are dedicated to providing reliable service. Plus, with a 24-hour emergency service line, Wilson's will always be there for you. Don't risk tackling that timber by yourself. Trust the local professionals at Wilson's Tree Service. Visit treeservicealtonil.org to get started today.
Welcome back, Daily Show. So, there's a lot of things that I feel like if I had a Yingling or two in me, I could do that I could not do in my current state of not having one in me. One of them would be catching anything behind my back, like a behind the back, even when I played baseball the few years, never felt the need to act fancy, just get the job done. However, David Rush again decided it's time to keep breaking more Guinness World Records. And what I think is cool is it's all for STEM. 199 feet a tennis ball was launched. And, David didn't need one or two Yinglings like I'd need. He just decided, let me catch this damn thing behind the back. No beer to hold. Just got it done. Rush enlisted the help of Chris Stump, who has collaborated with him on multiple other world record attempts to throw the ball a distance of 199 feet. What made it this hard wasn't catching a ball blind, it was the compound problem. Chris had to hit it just right, and I had to be in the right spot. And my one hand had to be in the right position. The timing had to be perfect. There is a strategy here. It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off. Any of those variables goes wrong, and you're starting over, Rush told him. Now, He managed to catch the ball after multiple attempts, and the distance, it was confirmed by a surveyor. The attempt occurred in December. This is how long it takes. 2024. Rush now has received official confirmation. The previous record stood at 177 feet behind the back catch. I mean, that's just absolutely incredible with a tennis ball. Hey, have you guys heard about this toucan that's been on the loose in Las Vegas? I mean, this thing was a viral celebrity. Since November, this thing's been gone. And finally, we have a nice ending to this story. He returned home. Southwest Exotic Avian Rescue, which held the hunt for Sam Toucan. Sam Toucan? I don't know. But Sam too can't anymore. He's back home for months, said the bird flew into a garage. I thought it was funny. Wednesday, and the homeowners recognized him from the news and contacted the rescue group. Sky Marsh, who recovered Sam for the rescue group, took him directly to the vet for assessment and treatment. His beak's a little bit beat up. He's got some missing patches of feathers and stuff. You can tell he's had some run-ins. The tip of his beak chipped off. So he's got some stories in that little bird brain. See, that's insulting. You know, why you don't have to call his brain little. The guy's been through enough. She said Sam actually appears to be in remarkably good health, though. See, now there is a compliment sandwich here. Having been on his own since November the 14th, all of these birds come from very humid areas, and that's not us. She said toucans require very specific care. Just trying to give them tap water can kill them because they can build up iron in their system and it can kill them. Pretty blunt explanation. This kid needs a lot of things that we don't have here, and that's kind of scary. So we need kind of to band together and keep him safe and get him where he gets the things he needs to survive, not just to survive, but thrive. That was the quote, and a long one at that. Marsh said Sam will remain in quarantine for the time being until blood work and other test results come back to ensure he's in good health. Man, they've been on the hunt for this thing. I mean, it was definitely a national story in November. So, let's see here. I had one more thing to fill you in on here locally before we wrap up today. Where are my notes at? Wanted to fill you in out of Colin Feeney. We have a couple of write-ups here. The Midwest Members Credit Union Athlete of the Month, and that goes to Skiles and Murphy as they earn top state wrestling honors. Colin Feeney has this write-up. Roxana's Chloe Skiles emerged as the area's lone state champion wrestler over the weekend. She won the 110-pound title at Grossinger's Motors Arena as the Shells placed fourth as a team in the state tournament. She went 4-0 in the 110-pound bracket, won her semifinal match over Valeria Pasantes of Elk Grove by a fall at 3 minutes, 23 seconds, and then captured the championship in 41 seconds. Wow, incredible. Roxana teammate Madeline Murphy earned fourth place finish at the 100-pound category. Murphy lost the third place match to Alex Gregorio Perez of DeKalb. The Shells finished fourth in the state tournament with 45.5 points. Roxana Athletic Director Mark Briggs acknowledged the team's results in the statement over the weekend posted by Roxana Senior High School. They are Midwest Member Credit Union Female Athletes of the Month for the Shells. Congratulations on that honor, and congratulations on the state hardware you're bringing home to your community. Always great to see right here in the 618. We're about out of time today. While I have you, we got a good show coming up for you tomorrow, if I can breathe. Lacey McDonald will join us. We're also going to be joined by Mustache March for PD. Really a great organization. That event's such a really just a great time, and it raises money for a great cause and really helps so many police departments and organizations throughout the Riverbend region. We'll be joined by Tina and company as they fill us in on that. Lacey will be in as well, and really that's about it. There's not too much to report on. Kind of a slower Tuesday, and it's March. You know, that's what I was talking about the other day upstairs. Last year, it felt Like, it was just nonstop busy. And this year's starting off a little bit slower than last year. I'm not complaining at all. You know, I don't want to throw that out there like it was a complaint and I needed more excitement. I don't. But it's just interesting. And, you know, especially another thing I've noticed, for it being primary season, it is really quiet, which is good, I think, in a way. Hear me out. I think it's good in the sense that there's not a lot of mudslinging. There's some, but not a lot. I also think it's bad because I just, you know, compared to prior, I've been around the horn for at least 3 now, 2 or 3 or 4. I've been around for a handful of elections now. This is, in primaries included, this is the most quiet it's been. Without a doubt. And I know there's not much on the primary ballot. But I mean, even in some of the races, I mean, not a lot of information, you know, not a lot of mailers, which, again, not complaining. But it's just fascinating to me. Yeah, I don't know how you feel about that, actually. Did you guys notice it too? Are you seeing more of it or less of it? Because the only thing that I haven't seen much of much, you know, if that makes sense. I see Raja Krishnamurthy's ad 3,000 times a day on YouTube. Not a complaint, just that's what I see. But that's really about it. Oh, I see Charlie Meyer on the YouTube ad. That's about it. But have you guys noticed really anything? Is it because there's just, and maybe it could be, I haven't looked at the polling around here. It's just not that competitive of a, you know, primary. I don't know. Fascinating though. Time will tell. See you tomorrow. Be good to one another. Have a great rest of your day and try your best as always, my friends, to stay out of jail.